Hello, 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 hello. Would you look at this? We're having a D&D ladies night at a night time. Let me just turn my mic down a smidgen there. I've moved my mic closer to my actual face. Alright, what have we got here? Get your Fs ready, lads. Fucking 2 right, squidums. Oh my god, 18 months. 18 bloody months. I haven't even set- oh my god, I'm so, like, unprepared. I haven't set up any of, like, my session stuff. So I'll have to do that later. Alright, so... shit's going down today. Let me just turn down my Spotify music a smidgen. Because it's a bit loud in my ears. Alright. Let's just shimmy on over to here and jump into the Discord.
Yes, your voice went higher.
There's something in your throat.
Wow, hi.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
There you go,
beaches.
hey.
Hey, girl.
Oh my god, let me turn
Oh,
that
that
down.
transition. I hope you. It's such a beautiful transition.
Can I get a hell yeah? Oh, shit!
Oh, wow, that was the most robotic hell yeah.
7 inches!
All I heard was
Oh,
Alfie
shit,
scream
that's the
7 inches.
second Twitch baby.
That's where I'm leaving this.
You heard Elfie screaming and
7 inches.
being very happy about 7 inches. Oh my.
I'm saying nothing right.
That's the second Twitch baby. What?
And I thought fucking Sleek was the one that had all the charm in this party when he
Oh.
Damn.
Sleek. I miss Sleek. He would be on my side.
Excuse me, why does it
I'm-
say Xavier's offline on this stream? Xavier's not offline.
Oh, hold on, let me just move that.
Chaos, you sounded so offended. Like, I am here.
Bitch, I'm here.
I'm here.
We're just
Look,
No, I'm
At least you've got a fucking. At least you've got a thing at the bottom. Douglas
I
ain't
can
got
tell
shit.
we're all here. This chat is just a disaster.
Oh, that's a big mood.
This entire campaign has been a fucking disaster.
Hey, you can't say that. You're the DM.
Oh, I can.
He can say that. He's
Oh, I can say it. I'm the only person that can fucking say it. I know what this campaign is
Can I
supposed
just
to
say,
be.
you're the one that took us on?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you started this shit.
Mhm.
Why do you think I bring guests in for normality?
They don't.
Why
Why
did
did
you
you bring me in? Why did you bring me in? I'm such an
Good point.
argument.
Most of the time,
I am such an argumentative bastard. Honestly.
Because
I am
they
a
would die
dickhead.
without one of us. Let's be honest. Jazz, me and you, they would die without one of us.
Can I just say, when I said out very loudly, I'm a dickhead, my partner who's sat in the room playing his games nodded his head very vigorously.
Oh.
Yes, Jay! Fucking yes!
You brave bastard.
You
Jared, you got a
wonderful,
round of
wonderful
applause.
bastard.
He's out. I'm out of things to throw at his head. That's.
Duck
That
and
means you can
weave,
get away with
mate.
it now.
Duck and weave.
I can wait, boy. I can wait.
We are
Right.
a lot more, like, animated at this time in the day.
I know.
It's the drama. I swear, I live for drama. Honestly.
I was
also
thinking
got
the same.
alcohol
I was
and
exactly the
house.
same.
I live for being alive.
Oh, I have been joined by a cat.
Oh.
Oh,
You
Hello.
have been blessed.
Her name is Khaleesi, and she is sopping wet.
I love it.
Ooh, wet cat, lovely.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna no.
No.
Are you gonna make
I know
comment
exactly
about
what you were
me
gonna say.
fussing
You
a
were
wet
gonna stop
pussy?
it.
But bite the tongue.
I think that means the DM wants to start.
Oh, sorry, DM.
Actually, no, that was just me coughing because I meant to cough off mic
Okay,
and
let's keep
Okay.
talking and
had a
keep
second
Yeah,
cough.
just ignore the DM.
Please,
Let's
let
delay
the
the
whole
inevitable.
go
We
as
just
long
keep
as
talking. He
possible.
can't start the game and no one can die.
You
I'm
delay
gonna
as much
keep
as you want. It
keep
just means I have to
talking.
kill you quicker.
Oh my
Guys,
god.
would it throw off
Guys.
everyone's decisions if I just start dropping my hammer again?
Yeah. Oh.
Guys, I'm trying
Give
to
yourself something.
get ready to fight, and a cat is rubbing her head against the laptop.
That sounds like B.
I'm like,
She's wishing you luck. It's fine. She's wishing you luck.
she's now staring down the other cat. There's 2 cats.
Where the dickens is my highlighter gone? Oh,
Up my
Oh my
arse.
god, I haven't got my notes down.
Lord.
I've literally been
Elfie,
sat here for
Elfie.
20 minutes without my notes.
Your highlighter is with your soap.
Oh, that's so upsetting. Oh, I found it. The highlighter, not the soap.
You will never find the soap. Oh, suddenly
Nope.
down the river. Wrong
There's a
natural
very
20.
wonderful smelling crocodile somewhere in that river.
Having the time of his life.
His breath is on point.
I imagine like there's like so like
Flower of fresh breath.
a side campaign in like Nangalore where all the soap is just overflowing over the top of it, soap flowing into the garden.
Froth
Do you know
galore.
what? Do you know what the best part is? Soap costs 2 copper pieces.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
in the jungle though. You're gonna go to a cannibal tribe and say, yes, please, I would like some soap.
Of course, the cannibal tribe is going to have soap.
Oh.
In theory, soap is made from animal fats. Cannibals,
Exactly.
humans are animals, so
If I die,
I'm so
someone
glad
make me
we've
into a bar of
established that
soap.
humans are animals.
If I die, someone make me into a bar of soap, please.
If you kill Lilia, please do not make her into a bar of soap.
Or do
That
Soapia,
is my one
Soapia,
request.
Soapia,
long
Soapia.
live the adventures of Soapia.
All right.
Please don't give the boyfriend more name ideas.
Is he enjoying the names? Just tell me that. Is he enjoying?
Slothia is sticking.
Yes.
Long
Perfect.
live Slothia!
Long live Slothia! Long live Slothia!
Well, that
Long live
depends on killing
Slothia!
it.
If there was an Irish party member, then they
I
can
mean,
be
if there was
turned
an
into
party
Irish
member, they could be
Springs.
turned into Irish Springs. That was too good from the chat.
It was.
Can I request that the name of this D&D group be changed to the Adventures of Slothia?
Well, it depends what happens today.
Oh no, I think it's definitely, if you're going to change this campaign, it has to be called Roll for Lube.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Roll
What
for
have you
lube.
got for lube?
Look,
Right, where's the rest of that 9th level spell
no
list?
brain to use that day.
Don't
He says
power
it, but
kill
he
me
loves
before we
it.
even start this.
Right then, boys and girls.
Oh no.
Everybody go out. Take a deep breath. Gird your loins.
It's okay.
Hold on, what session number are we on?
21!
Christ, really? You actually sound like you're hyperventilating. It's not
She
I'm
okay.
pretty
is.
sure she is.
No, I'm not. I'm just very good at faking.
Time to get
I've
busy
got-
living or get busy dying. Yes,
I've got a very, very filthy imagination, and that just sounds wrong. Like listening to pounding over. Sorry. I shush now.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
On
Right.
that note,
So, we rejoin you all after the party being reunited at the
and
base of the
feels so
cliff.
good.
At the base of the cliff in the clearing outside of Casable after the original party were asked to vacate before there is any outrage or cry from the Aarakocran citizens. You made it away across the clearing to be rejoined by Inquest and Douglas, having been plane shifted back from the Feywild, somehow having a twist of magical energy and pulling Douglas out of the pocket plane he was shifted to all of that time ago in Mesro.
You're welcome.
All of that time ago, which was about a week ago.
Not for us.
All those sessions ago, and all of that trauma and heartbreak ago. You decided to debrief and catch up on what has occurred during this time, realizing for the 3 groups of you, time has been different. For the main group, it had been about 2 weeks. For Douglas, nearer a month. Ink, 6 months. Using a Zone of Truth spell from Douglas to ensure that all information on the catch-up and debriefing group was accurate and honest, we found that Rilia struggled and tried to avoid questions and answers as much as possible. Between polymorphing, hold person, a second Zone of Truth spell, and quite a bit of rewording, and careful planning of her own part, the information was extracted from Aurelia that she was offered a deal by Tiamat Spellbreaker, the Minotaur she had found, the Minotaur who was responsible for the murder of Ashara. She did confirm that she had not taken the deal, but had considered it. This caused a rift within the party of the allegiance of Rilia, and during the whole person seeing that her were-tiger instincts kicked in and almost overtook her, the party had another decision of what to do about the curse that lingered within Rilia as well. So we rejoined the party after having discussed their options, and after, in the wake of having had an encounter with Tiamat offering a deal to leave Rilia for him the next day in that location. We rejoined the party just before they were preparing to take a long rest. I hand the floor over to you guys.
Is really still slothier?
No,
Rilia has de-slothed. She's curled up in the fetal position in the middle of the group on the ground, basically.
Okay.
Tira has gone up into a tree, as she wants to do when you guys are ready to camp.
Oh yeah, and Bee's sat in the shadows being all stealthy.
Yes. The last thing you had was Ink bringing you up to speed on the encounter with Tiamat and Douglas casting the Legend Lore spell to learn some more information about Tiamat, the weapon he wields, and his connection to various mercenary groups around Faerun and on Cholt.
Which you don't know yet because Douglas hasn't told you. Only Douglas knows this at the moment.
Only Douglas knows that.
Suddenly Douglas knows.
Douglas knows a lot more than Douglas tells, because Douglas tells when Douglas wants to tell.
Douglas
Well,
does
nobody's
what
asked Douglas shit all, so
wants.
Douglas is going to stay quiet.
Exactly. So this is where we rejoin.
So, Douglas, what do you know, mate?
Douglas is in deep meditation.
Savvy, so nice of you to join us.
Douglas is in deep meditation at this point, so he is not
Yes.
going to act.
Douglas is 2 hours into a meditative long rest.
He can see you and he can see what you're doing, but he's not going to respond to you.
He can if he wants to.
Can,
He
but
just
he's not
doesn't
going
want
to.
to.
No, he's not going to.
So last session, did we all agree that we were asking Rilia what she wanted to do now
When
or
she woke-
in the morning?
I think it was when she woke up in the morning, right?
Yeah,
Did
it was
we,
going to be in the morning.
Basically decide let's all zonk out and sleep on it type thing.
Because the Minotaur's coming back the next day, and it's
Yeah.
either going to be we leave Rilia there for the Minotaur, or when we leave, Rilia comes with, and that's going to be. So the idea was in the morning, Rilia would make her decision of what she wanted to do, walk with us or stay for the Minotaur, that kind of deal.
Okay.
Shall
So
all
we just
agree to...
Sorry.
Should we all agree to go into the long rest then?
Yeah, we're still taking watches. Can we have extra watches just in case Rilia decides to run?
You can post extra watches if you want.
When you say extra, you mean like 2 people at a time, or do
Yeah,
you mean like
2 people at a
loads
time.
throughout the night?
Just 2 people at a time so that we've because we know that Tira's pretty vocal about wanting it to be her choice. And we know that B is pretty vocal about kind of wanting to kill her. So
B did provide the option of to kill Rilia,
yeah.
so that the Minotaur doesn't have her to do with whatever he wants to do, and because the curse becoming dangerous, it sort of kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. So I think
Or
it would be
kills 1
smart
tiefling with 2
to have
blows.
two watches, 2 people watching per rota, just so that it's not going to be like, oh, B's going to watch over everybody now while everyone's asleep and she wants to kill her.
So in that
Because
I think
Because-
that would be very wise.
if you want to do two people on each watch, you can extend the watches a little bit and do 2 sets of 2 to cover your entire
Sure.
watch, where normally you do 3 individuals.
Xavier, what is your
Yes.
stance on this? because for the sake of fairness, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, me and B should not be on the same watch because we agree. Therefore, I was going to suggest that me and Tira are on the same watch. However, I don't know where you stand on this, so I don't know where best to put you.
I think that having travelled with a group of barbarians, I have seen this thing happen before, and in previous times we have thrown them out or killed them, and I think that that was best for them at the time. But on this journey, I've also become very attached to you all, and I have made a promise to protect you all. So at this time, I'm going to protect you all, even if that means losing my own life over it.
Okay, so you're abstaining from anything
Douglas
right
takes note of
now.
that.
Xavier is pro-Relia.
I honestly thought Xavier was gonna kill me.
Well, he's not.
Really,
It's just
you're
for
asleep,
tonight.
Shut up.
It's just for tonight.
Dad mode engaged.
Yeah, you still
Dad
get.
bird.
It basically
Dad bird.
it basically just means that you get to live throughout the night.
Yes.
You still
So
have
in that case,
shit tomorrow.
and I
To be
still cannot
fair,
believe
if
I was the person to suggest this. Shall me and Tira take the first watch, and then B and Xavier take the second?
can I just say, Tira's already up in a tree,
Yes.
so like she's not
You,
actually
you,
in this
you
discussion.
can hear them talking this, Tira, because they're not being subtle. You can
I
hear
highly
it.
doubt you're asleep yet because we
Yeah.
aren't.
Hi,
You
Speedy.
can
Tira
hear all of
is
this.
Tira is not showing her face.
Yeah.
Not right
you can
now.
hear
She can't.
you can hear all of this, but you're not talking. But you can definitely hear all this conversation.
Alternatively, you two can go first and wake me and Tira up when you're done.
I don't mind. I don't mind what watch I take. I will be what's the word? I'll accept the will of the group for now, so I will still keep watch and I won't attempt to do anything.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'll take first watch then with Zuri.
Yep.
Is that a tree there? That's a tree there. I shall sit.
But
Sorry, I
I'm
missed the
still,
last I missed the last 30 seconds.
There.
What just happened?
I'm still sat like in the shadows of a tree, pretty much.
B and
Okay.
Basically,
Xavier-
we're
B and
deciding
Xavier are taking
watches.
first watch.
Okay, cool.
I'll move over here, just. Or I'm
Yes,
trying
Xavier is going to make Rilia as comfortable as possible. He's going to blanket her and pillow her and leave her some food. And then he's going to go and talk to B.
Oh
Come here,
no.
ho. Just like that. That is
I am
exactly
going to
what he
begin
says.
my long rest. I am asleep. Well, meditating, whatever the fuck I do.
So, firstly, for the two people on watch, can you just make me perception checks quickly, please?
Do, 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 do. Time to get off my spell sheet.
1 second. I'm really professional.
Where the fuck is it?
Perception.
I heard the little thing go bloop in chat, and I thought, oh no, I didn't hit anything. But no, it wasn't me.
20 and 21. Okay, cool.
How
Carry on with your
I
conversation.
rolled? I rolled. Wow. That was fine. Anyway, I rolled. I'm so good at this.
Is your thing set to DM only?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I've got the roll. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sorry. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never
That's
used
fine.
the
That's fair
actual
enough.
sheet before.
It's fine.
I'm gonna... Right, anyway.
Oh my god.
So, you are on watch. Take away your conversation.
Okay. So, B.
Mm-hmm. Can I note as well that during this, like, because she's sitting in the shadows, just very still, she's like still got hands on weapons and stuff.
Mhm.
She's like very on edge.
Mhm.
I've come and sat down next to you. I'm like just the chillest.
The chillest of dad birds.
I'm just like so chill is kind of potentially a little bit unnerving. I'm just like, it's just everything's just okay. Just everything's just fine. Like I'm sat next to you. I'm like not quite touching you because I don't know if that's okay, but I'm just like emanating chill.
Bee's
I'm
just
trying
like
to-
not breaking eye contact with the pile of Rilia. Like she will not stop staring at her, but she's listening. Like you can see her ear kind of twitching. You know, like that thing that cats do when you can see they're listening, but they've not turned their head.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm gonna be like, so. I'm like, you remember that one time when everybody wanted to kill me, and then you stopped them? I know that she was in that kill me group, but you weren't.
This is
And
different.
What is the difference? What is the difference?
The difference is she was given an opportunity by our enemy and didn't tell anyone about it, hid it, and is considering going to him and called for him. At this point, I don't see her as a friend, I see her as a threat. And my main thought process is looking after the people that I care about and care about me. She's proven to me that she doesn't care about me, so I'm now in defense mode for everybody else. The best thing in my mind at this point is to end her life.
Okay.
The difference was you never took steps and you never went out of your way to collude with the enemy or want to harm any of us.
Did she take steps? Did she? Has she?
Yes, she literally called for them when we were trying to calm her down, and she called for them to come here. As far as I'm concerned, she is one of the biggest threats to us right now. I'll accept the will of the rest of the group. Well, yeah, she can be scared, but we've been there for her and we've helped her and we've fed her and we have been friends to her and we have been a family to her, and this is how she's repaid us. Family is very important to me, and I consider all of you my family until you do something to wrong me, and I feel like this has wronged me in a way that I can't ever forgive.
Xavier's just going to do like his dad thing, and he's going to just like put his hand on top of her hand.
Oh.
And then they're just going to. He's just going to sit there and just like hold her hand and just be like, I know, like it's like I know why you're scared, but it's going to be okay.
Bees kind of squeeze his hand back, like not like super tight, but like enough to kind of be like, I respect you, I care for you, but my mind isn't changed on this. But I will still respect the wishes of the group. Like this is her headspace, but whatever happens, it's been like kind of put out there and vocalized out into the world that she does not trust Rilia. She will not do anything to stop Rilia from dying at any point from here on. But I will still, appreciate like what everyone else is saying, and just give Xavier a little squeeze.
Best friends.
Best friends
At that
forever.
point, you do both realise something. B, you notice that Xavier's hand feels oddly warm to the touch. Xavier, you feel that B's fur feels ice cold to the touch.
Oh.
and you can notice while she's sat in the shadow, there is a small amount of black smoking. As she's talking, and you can feel this almost emotion coming from her, you can see this almost slight black smoking from her. And as she sort of calms again, it then subsides.
So does she go back to normal temperature?
Yes. When the smoking is there, the temperature almost drops. But then as she sort of, the emotion kind of calms again, she comes back to normal temperature and the smoking sort of goes away.
Is B aware of this, or is this is just completely oblivious to it?
No. You feel that when you're speaking emotion like this, the emotions seem very, very strong, very heightened.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. It feels like it's really, this is like the ultimate fucking betrayal.
Yeah. Okay. I've noted that. Thanks. Thanks, DM.
So, your watch concludes without issue.
Woohoo!
I like to
Yes.
believe that we just fell asleep on top of each other just like that.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in my soul.
Like holding hands.
Yeah. Holding souls.
Oh.
So, do you wake Ink and Tira? Or do you decide not to?
I'm gonna throw a stone at them.
Before we fall asleep.
Oh no, I'm gonna throw a stone next to Ink.
Yeah.
Slightly wiser choice than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I woke up.
Fair enough.
Do you throw a stone at me?
Yeah.
I said, you know that Tira is up in a tree. And you know
No.
roughly which tree it is.
I assume that Ink can get her up herself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll go to the bottom of the tree that I think Tira's in. Yeah. Oi, Tira.
Can I just sort of drop down behind Ink?
Yeah.
You can.
As Bee's fallen
You-
asleep, by the way, as
Because
well.
of your
Her
wings, you can control your descent. That's not an issue.
Cool.
Bee's tail's just kind of curled around Xavier a little bit as she was asleep. That's
Yep.
the end of my thing. Continue.
Tira's just gonna go sit down, all masculine like, hands on knees. Probably not overly appropriate with the attire I've got on, but I don't care. And just
Yeah.
kind of, I don't know, she'd be keeping an ear out into the forest and also looking around as well, just because she is keeping watch and it's still important, but she's also looking at Rilia as well. She doesn't. Yeah, there's a lot depending on her choice later.
Ink's gonna kind of like, because we're in this kind of like little curve. Ink's gonna start pacing, just like
Okay.
round the outside of everybody.
Round the outside,
Round the
round
back
the
of
outside, round the
Model
outside.
Battler.
Can I have perception checks from the pair of you, please?
And every now and again she'll just like pause in a place, stop, listen, and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Perception, don't fuck me up. That wasn't as good as I was hoping, but fuck it.
Oof.
It's alright, because Tira has got a lot on her mind.
Oh, tease.
A couple of times when you stop, Ink, you do hear the sound of small predators in the night, obviously having made a kill or moving and just marking territories.
I feel like
Nothing.
Ink would be most over this corner because she's not really expecting anything to come from the water's edge.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, my dad.
The quiet sound of the river is calming in this sort of heightened time. It's nice compared to the crashing storm waves you've had in the Feywild recently.
the quiet is nicer than the Feywild recently.
Mm-hmm. As you come near to the end of your watch, a couple of hours from the end, Douglas, you finish your rest. You may awaken if you choose to.
Yep, I choose to awaken, and I'm going to send you something the first thing I do when I wake up.
Oh shit, son. Secrets.
Douglas
He
is awake.
fireballs the party and kills us all.
Oh.
Oh please.
Douglas was
Just
the
put me
evil
out
all
of my
along.
fucking misery.
Oh shit, sorry.
So the first thing that Douglas is going to do when he wakes up is he's going
So-
to go to Ink and Tira, who he notices are awake, I assume.
They are both awake, and they both see that you have sort of come out of this sort of meditative state, and you sort of awaken, and you see Seymour awaken as well.
Morning, Douglas.
I tip
Well,
ahead to Seymour as well.
He tips ahead to you.
I wink
I-
at Seymour because that's far more amusing.
I can remove the curse. Whatever happens, I will remove the curse.
Whatever happens, I'm with you.
What
on
it-
that.
However, everything else, let me talk to her first.
What?
I
And as a
agree with
token-
that.
Alone, I will know if you follow me. Do not attempt to follow me. Do not attempt to do anything else. And as a token of trust, deliberately to Ink, I open out my pack and I put Seymour out in front of me and give Inquest Seymour deliberately as an offer to say,
As he puts Seymour on the ground, Seymour looks to Douglas, looks to you, Ink, moves across to you, climbs up your leg, if you allow him,
I
and
will
kind
allow
of
Seymour.
he kind of wraps his roots around sort of your left thigh, so he sits in the same position he would in Douglas's bag, but he's kind of, you can feel the pressure of his roots kind of held around your thigh, holding him up in place. But he's kind of just there on you.
do you trust me to do this?
Only because the life of your pet is at stake.
Can
will
I just
agree.
say that will get
Damn.
that will
Douglas is
get
like-
Tira's back up.
Douglas is like, don't worry about the plant. If it dies, I'll just recreate it.
It's Seymour.
You know what? Tira was fully trusting in you, but
No,
because
no,
you
what-
said that, she's like real like.
No, what I
"What?"
mean is, that if Seymour dies, it doesn't matter. He just comes back.
Yeah.
Like
he's
the
not-
Seymour can't die.
it doesn't.
Everybody else in
doesn't
the
take
party,
less weight
bar
away from
Tira,
Would
Yeah, it doesn't take any less
knows
weight
that
away
he
from
can
what
just.
he's doing.
Yeah. Everybody
ex-
apart from
Still
Tira in the
trusting
party
in
knows the whole thing with Seymour is that if something does happen to Seymour, he reverts back to a seed, and Douglas just takes a long rest and regrows him.
Yeah, it's not.
That would have to have been explained to Tira. Like she would be proper like, what the hell do you mean? It doesn't matter if your
It's
pet
it's
fucking
not
dies.
a promise. It's a promise.
Stop
that he comes
dabbing.
back. That's how Ink's gonna taste it. Ink takes him leaving Seymour with her as a promise that you're coming back.
Mm.
Because regardless of whether or not you can rego Seymour, whether he's dead or alive, you still need his seed.
Yeah, I do.
So I might not be able to kill the plant, but I can stop you from getting his seed. So yeah, okay, that still holds weight.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it
She'll-
does still hold weight.
Ink takes a moment, mulls it over, and nods to you. She's still pacing around the camp, but she's just not going to stop you.
Okay, so Douglas is just gonna help look around, and when Rilia starts coming round, Douglas will.
Relia's not been asleep this whole time.
Okay.
Mhm.
Shall I perception check that to see if she is asleep? Or,
No, she. Let me just double check something on her sheet.
Someone's going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
That's not going to end
And
well for you.
someone is fair.
How would you guys sleep if you were threatened with murder?
Well, if I
I'd
deserved
sleep
it.
because I'd want to be alert the next day.
Yeah.
If I was in your situation, I'd have B-shaped and pegged it.
Can you do me a favor, DSP?
Yeah.
Can you just toggle over to GM and give me a stealth roll, please?
Oh god, how do I?
On the top of your sheet where it says public and 2GM, just click 2GM and then just give me a stealth roll.
There we go.
Pardon me.
Tira's is. And Douglas's, I think, is fucking crazy.
Just like Douglas.
Okay. As it comes to the end of the watch, you notice that Rilia seems to awaken quicker than B and Xavi. You will notice that she seems to have not just awoken, she seems to have been awakened for at least a couple of hours.
Okay.
You're
First
not
thing
sure how long she's been awake, but she's definitely been awake a little bit. She woke up earlier than now. She has been laying there awake for an amount of time, but you're not sure how long.
So, first thing Douglas is going to do is cast tongues on Rilia. Have a guess what language.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure what metagame we can guess.
It's going to be a language that none of you can understand.
Yep.
Because I am almost bloody certain that no one else in the party has that language.
Well, we checked last session, didn't we? And they didn't. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes. So, really, you see Douglas approach you very calmly and start to cast a spell towards you.
I then speak to her in Giant.
Mhm.
Come with me. We talk in confidence.
You hear a language come from Douglas's mouth. It's a language you've never heard before. It's a lot. It almost drops his register down another octave. It's very harsh. The consonants cut off very sharply. The vowels elongate. But you can understand every word of it.
Okay.
No threats, no spells, no nothing. Come with me. And I walk down, sort of just out of earshot, out of eyeshot, towards like the south of the map near the river.
At this point, as Douglas starts walking south of the camp, do you follow Rilia?
Yeah.
As you two start moving away, B and Xavier, you awaken.
I turn to Inquest and say, in common, keep the other two away for a little while. Yeah, we just walk down to the sort of the southwest.
As soon as B opens her eyes and sees Rilia walking away, she's gonna kind of
You do
make
see
like a
that Douglas
start.
is just ahead of her.
I don't think B would care.
No, that's fine.
So B's gonna make a start to kind of run after her.
I just fling out my arm and just like rock it. No.
Okay.
Tira's also gonna tell them what Douglas said. Like he just wants to have a chat with her in private, and he
Okay.
gave Seymour to
Ink, yeah.
This is role playing. Tira roughly guessing what the name is.
As soon as Xavier puts his arm out, like B instantly is kind of like not like pushing against him. She's kind of like, right, I'll kind of try and contain myself a little bit. She's like, "Brr," and she's got like her tail's like swishing about, and she's really pissed off.
As you almost feel that cold pull of anger pulling in again, and you all see that slight smokiness to be.
B.
It's not so much on her, it's just a small amount from the ground just near her feet. And you only notice it because her tail is swishing that it sort of almost disturbs the smoke as it rises.
B.
B's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna like stand behind Xavier and just stare in the direction of Rilia.
It doesn't seem to be getting any worse.
Can I take Douglas off from right round my leg?
Douglas is
Seymour.
Sorry, Seymour. Fucking hell.
Oh, Douglas.
Hello.
Can I take Seymour off from around my leg and kind of wrap him around my arm instead?
Yeah, you kind of signal to him, sort of tap your arm. He does sort of clamber up and then changes. And he sort of sits kind of wrapped around your left shoulder, but not in a way that it would like reduce your movement. You've basically now got like a Seymour pauldron on your left shoulder.
Oh.
That'll do. Just not on the leg.
Yeah. Bearing in mind he is kind of like, even in this state, he's a good 1.5 foot tall. You expect him to weigh more, but because he's supporting himself, you don't sort of feel the weight of him there. He seems to be quite adept at maneuvering himself around objects. So, if everybody would like to be quiet, we shall move on to the conversation between Douglas and Rilia.
Oh shit.
So I wanted to tell you a few things about, and this is all in giant, so.
Mhm. Just-
But yeah.
I'm
So
not here right
I
now.
want to tell you a few things about what you're getting into. During my rest, I learned some information about TMS Spellbreaker. Somebody specialized in killing spellcasters. Somebody whose title dictates that they do that, and they're very good at it. Someone that I don't particularly want to fight if I don't have to. For my own self-preservation more than anything else. But he's ahead of 5 different mercenary guilds across Cholt and various other places. They're scattered all over the place. There are so many things, there's so much of a trail to connect to him that you would never find it if you went there. You would never learn anything about him if you went to any of these places. As far as my understanding is. One of them is the Flaming Fists on Cholt. Hence probably why he has a huge influence here. But as far as I can tell, he is a mercenary. He doesn't work directly with the Sirac. Possibly being paid to deal with threats. I don't really know. But as a mercenary, I can imagine that he would have a rather ruthless streak. And the second you become useless to him, he would just kill you. You wouldn't be particularly remembered. You wouldn't be particularly cared about. You would just be another pawn in a Sirac's game, a pawn in his mercenary army with Tiamas. You'd live, you'd die, and that would be it. Tiamas would just find another who he could curse. Look at the were tiger that you must have got this from a were tiger before, right?
Just not.
Tiamas's were tiger.
Would she have guessed that by now?
Yeah, you believe so. Having connected the dots of the way he spoke to you in Sable, saying about his collection of oddities, and that someone of your skills could be useful to him, and especially now with the knowledge of him controlling mercenary groups, the original note that you were sent by a Sirac saying of bounty hunters, it could very well be that they were Tiamas's bounty hunters sent under orders to achieve the job he was given.
Oh, that's a point. That's something. Doug, can we just retcon something a second? Douglas cast detect magic as a
Before you
as a spell slot. Yes, he cast
yeah,
detect magic.
the normal stuff pings off. You
Yeah.
do not detect a sensor or anything.
Okay, well,
It appears from the last time that you guys found it, they have not bothered to try and do it again.
But yeah,
That's fine.
Anyway. But yes, I personally don't want to be a pawn in a Serac's army. I don't want to be a player of his games. I'm not saying it's going to be easy to defeat him. I'm not saying we're going to be able to do it now, but I know where to start looking at the heart of Ubtao. That's where he wants me to go. That's where I'll end up going. And I would like as much support as I need to get this done. You'd be remembered beyond anything that you could ever imagine, anything you wanted, if you helped restore this island. No, go on. could be a legend, some kind of validation in your life that you've maybe always wanted. It's a longer road, but it's a much more prosperous one as far as I see it. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are at this moment in time.
At this point, Rilia is running fingers over the long scars she has on her arms and avoiding the tiger bite as much as possible.
Okay. As for the tiger bite, I don't want you to be alarmed, but I do have to remove it, and there is a reason why. And I give her one of the rings on my beard.
What?
The second ring. For Mossy's purposes, the second ring. So the second phase I give her.
Okay, yeah, the second line. Right.
Yeah. And she can't read it, but I'd say
No,
that is.
You see a beautifully crafted. What is the material?
It's a wooden ring.
It's a wooden ring. So a beautifully lacquered and carved wooden ring with runes. You
Okay.
assume with Douglas's choice of what you believe to be giant, and the little bit you know of furbolgs and runic writing, you believe these are giant runes. You cannot understand them, but they are. This is a beautifully made piece.
Okay.
This is one line of a code that I must live my life by. As a furbolg, I must live my life by this. It says the tribe's honor over yours. The belief that the individual is not as important as the collective. At this moment, I feel like there are flaws within the tribe. We all have flaws. But I've made my choice that this is my tribe to help complete the mission that I feel like I must do, according to my God. And for the sake of the tribe, I can't let this curse continue as it is. I'm telling you this for the sake of honesty.
Rilia's teeth are gritted and she's just gonna say, I can control it. I haven't hurt anyone with it.
That's not a risk I can take. Not for the sake of the party, not for the sake of trust within the party. At this point, we're fighting each other. And that's exactly what a Sirac wants us to do. That's not what I intend to do. Whether you choose to go forward, whether you choose to stay and go with TMS, either way, this curse gets removed. I'm sorry.
It's at that last moment of the curse must get removed, you start to feel that pull, that instinctual pull. It's not driving you to anything yet, but you can start to feel that almost aggression rising inside you, Rilia. You know that something, you can feel it rising up. Hence, gritting your teeth to try and maintain control.
Do I notice any change on her face?
Do you try and hide this?
Yes.
So I need a deception check from you, DSP. I need an insight from you, Douglas.
Okay.
See how well you hide it and how well you spot it.
It's 21 from Douglas.
Ooh.
You can hear her voice is a bit gritty, but you can see she's gritting her teeth. But then you know she doesn't want to lose this curse. She believes she can control this, and that's, you can see that she's still determined that she can control this. I will let you know, DSP, if it starts to grow.
Okay.
I'm not
That's
going
like any time.
I'm not going to try and argue with you over it. I've seen what that does. Put you under pressure. It doesn't help you. This is my own personal honor. This is nothing to do with them.
Ask the others. Every time I transform, I never turn completely. I always have control. B, shut up!
This isn't B laughing, okay?
It's not Maddie laughing. It's not Power laughing.
Lydia's sort of gonna. She's gonna kneel down on the floor. Sort of both knees.
Just by the water's edge, or just a little?
Yeah, by the water's edge.
This is...
Please don't get rid of it. It's all I have.
Douglas points to the people behind him. Is it?
Half of them won't be dead.
Half of them want that curse removed. Emotions are high, and I can deal with that. But they've kept you this far. They've kept you alive this far. That's not for them not wanting to. They could have left you in the jungle when I left. They chose not to. They chose to keep you with them. They chose to keep you moving forward. They didn't want you on your own, perhaps. I'm metagaming a little bit. I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, we haven't had a scene in like 20 minutes. How do you all know we haven't run away and like...
No, peace.
This is...
Me and B have just like been like, yeah, I'm gonna die for you, but you know, I'm gonna just run away.
The thing is, this is also Douglas filling in some blanks with Furbolg tribe mantras. And
I would
links.
also assume that along the journey they've had some sort of discussions and like chit chats about what happened in between.
So how
yeah.
was your week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course you have.
So I reckon it's not totally like out of like
Okay.
the blue to know some stuff.
I have to work for my tribe. I have to work for my god. My actual tribe burnt down, disappeared long ago, before any of you were even alive.
And mine exiled me, so, shit happens.
Shit happens. We make the best of it.
Why not get exiled again? I avoided death last time. I could just avoid it again this time. But
Why would you want to be exiled? You perhaps could be exiled.
At that point, hold there. We're going to swing back to the other group. Having
I've actually
seen
got to
that,
pay attention now.
having seen that Douglas and really have gone to have this conversation, are any of the rest of you doing anything in particular or specific?
Xavi is going to first walk up to Rilia and just put
No,
a hand on her shoulder and just
up
squeeze
to
the shoulder.
Rilia?
Like,
Really, it's not here.
Oh.
no, I did not mean really. I meant Tira and.
Tira, right. Okay.
Why do you all have such similar names? I'm
Tieflings.
guys.
Tieflings.
Fucking
He's
tiefling.
getting
Right.
drunk.
We
like
tieflings are
puppets.
edgelords, okay? We're all gonna...
It's
At least you
true.
admit it.
You walk up to Tira.
I woke up.
Oh, bollocks! DM, I haven't done my ritual. Tira sits and starts doing that. Sorry, Sophie.
I just get cock-blocked by a fucking
Oh.
gnome.
Right, no,
Yeah,
actually, rack
as-
on that. Can I do that as soon as I've woken up? So I
Yeah,
get
you would have done it as you probably
Yeah.
actually would have done it during
Sorry,
your
Xavi.
watch or towards the end of your watch. So
Sorry, Xavi. Carry on.
I'm trying to give us a moment, and you're just like, no. I see
You-
you, and I'm just like,
you did
no.
your ritual, so you
Okay.
have Xavier approach you.
Okay. Sorry, I just didn't want two of us going mad in this party at once. Carry on.
Okay, so I approach Tira. Don't call her Rilia. I approach Tira. I put a hand on her shoulder and give it a squeeze. And it's a reassuring squeeze. I'm just gonna look into her eyes, and it's gonna be like an "Are you okay?" kind of look. I'm going to wait for her to respond and see if she picks up on any of it, or if I'm gonna actually have to speak to her.
Children in the tribe all the time would come up with all these little things and they'd get obsessions, and you just gotta let them have their thing. They make their decisions and they're dumb and they're stupid. But no matter what they did, and no matter how dumb, and the one kid that nearly burnt down my hut, I didn't kill him for it. And it goes against everything in the grain to kill someone within my tribe, no matter what they've done. If they've made their choices and if they're so far gone that it no longer benefits the group. She felt so threatened by us asking her what had happened that she called upon people that had killed an ally. And but it still feels wrong that someone so scared, someone who's still so hurting inside, to betray them and kill them. No. Should she come back to kill us as this were-tiger, as a pet for this TMS, it is not Rilia, and that I can face. But I can't face one of my own being gunned down by another of my own.
I'm going to nod. And did you? This is like a moment. Did you hear what we said last night, or were you actually asleep?
I was awake for the first part, but then I fell asleep.
Okay, right.
I'm explaining my path because I said very vehemently before that Tira would not see her gunned down. Like, Tira would not see her killed.
Yeah,
She'd
I was just
already made that point.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I had not made my own point for this moment, or this moment to. So I'm just gonna kind of like double squeeze that shoulder and just nod, like
You will make.
I agree.
You will make whatever. Oh, you agree.
Girl, I agree.
I was
fine.
gonna say you make whatever decision that you want to, but this is my stance.
No, we okay. We agree. We chill.
Can I put a hand on Xavier's shoulder and give it a squeeze?
Yeah,
Because she's starting to see kind of the parental side of him now.
yeah.
Like that, there's a little.
I'm just gonna be like, hands on knees, just like a moment, just be like, this is some really fucked up shit.
With
What is wrong with these kids? They're like having a full-on hormonal breakdown. Come on.
as you put your hand on
I'm
Xavier's
just-
shoulder and you try to squeeze, you struggle to squeeze the muscle that is Xavier's shoulder.
He's swole.
He is.
Oh,
I try to smile, but like the last time I smiled was probably when I was like 7.
Oh.
It's
So,
a
like, it
long,
just-
black, beaky grin.
It
It
just
looks
comes out
slightly
more like this
mischievous.
horrifying, horrifying
Tira.
thing.
Tira bends her head and just kind of gently scratches Xavier's head with an antler.
Oh,
Oh, that's so cute.
oh, we got this, boo.
We got this.
Right. I'm gonna walk over to Ink and just be like, "That's a fucking chill pet." I'm not gonna say that. Oh gosh, right.
You
What do
wander
you
over.
actually want to say then?
If you go to Ink, you see that Ink is seems to be aware of your approach, but her eyes are locked across to where Rillia and Douglas are.
With what?
Her eyes are locked. They are focused on where Rillia and Douglas are.
Okay. I'm gonna be a little bit concerned. Like, are we okay? Are we not okay? I'm just gonna stand next. I haven't seen this. I mean, obviously we saw her last night, but I haven't seen this girl in like, or this person in 6 months. So I'm just gonna stand next to her and just be like, how are we feeling? Kind of like, how are you coping? Because you just seem to be staring.
You, having moved nearer to Ink and now actually having a chance, you now see the half scar and almost sort of partial scarring and partial tattooing of the lightning bolts that now go up is it one or both forearms? Both forearms.
Both. My arms are
around
wrecked.
the wrists,
I used to
and
have some
then-
really nice tattoos on my wrists, and you've probably seen them in the past, but now they are just wrecks.
Of
They're just masses of colour throughout the scars that go up her arms.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything about that because I don't know how she feels about them.
But it's something,
Regardless of
being
your
in this proximity, you now
perspective.
notice.
Regardless of your
But,
perspective
yeah.
on the current situation, it seems unwise to not have at least one pair of eyes on the pair of them. I may have pulled Douglas out of whatever little realm he was sitting. He may probably owe me a favour for that fact, but that doesn't mean that he won't do something stupid. And we both know what really is like.
Can I sort of go over to Ink? Because Tira's really curious now, and she looks her dead in the eye and goes, "Sorry, so who are you?"
I'm the reason these fucking idiots are out here. I hired this group of delightful adventurers to help me on my path.
Then she disappeared for months.
We had a good time. We had a bad
did.
time. And I got pulled back.
We fought a dinosaur.
We fought a dinosaur.
And
I
what?
dropped
A
my
dinosaur.
hammer.
No, hang on. We fought a snake. We fought a dinosaur that puked zombies.
Oh yeah.
And I fucking killed.
You launched a goblin arm and knocked one of his mates out with it.
We did that. We did that.
We did that.
Forgot
We
about
had.
that.
We were together for quite a while. What do you think about it? I had my own mission, and I hired these folks to help me out along the way. But then
What was your mission?
shit went down in my hometown, and I had to go. My
But what
mission
was
is
your
to
mission
find
for
the
here?
source of whatever is corrupting this island, which is partially known to me now, but not enough to fix it yet. But despite leaving, and though I don't know exactly how long it was for you guys, it was a lot longer for me, I can guarantee that much. I do feel a sense of I probably shouldn't leave them out in the middle of the jungle on their own, so I came back to make sure they were okay. Only to find that the silly girl who didn't accept my poultice the first time round is struggling with a curse. Douglas was in some sort of pocket plane that I could barely break into. But Xavier and B seem to be vaguely okay, so that's a plus.
I will have you know, I have become somewhat dad-like.
Just
you
the
telling
tad.
me this, or is this Chaos telling me this, or Xavier telling me this?
This is Xavier. Xavier's like a proud dad. He's like all his feathers will come up and he's like, I've adopted children. No, he just
Xavier's
says,
so
I've
much more
adopted children.
calm.
And just leaves it at I've adopted children.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm just
Xavier's
like-
so much more calm than he ever used to be.
Tira gives Xavier a smile at that. Because that was pretty much Tira's life.
I'm glad to know someone was looking. And I'll glance like the quickest glance at Xavier, and then back to Rillian and Douglas.
As your gaze goes back to Rillian and Douglas, we will move back to their conversation.
Can I use this time to go pee?
Of course you can.
Oh my god, I also need a massive wee. I'm
That's
so sorry.
also
Okay.
why I
Go.
switched the conversation back.
Okay, pee
Oh,
break.
I just cut out for a second. I'm back now. Okay.
It's a pee break time.
Well, for the people who are not having the conversation, Rillia and Douglas, you may continue.
Oh,
I don't want to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not even going to raise a finger against you in attack. I have no intention of doing that, and I won't see them kill you either. As for staying with TMS or coming with us, that choice is entirely up to you. I'm not going to influence you on that. If you chose to stay with TMS, you'll probably find a way to put the curse back on you. The choice is whether you join TMS as mercenaries, die and don't get remembered, or help us with the Sirac, with the possibility of living the life you've always wanted.
I'm trying not to laugh.
ruining my immersion. I'm trying to be really like. I've got to get into character here, Mossy.
Sorry.
Hello, hello, hello. And back.
We
Shh.
Oh shit. Isn't this fun, everyone?
Help me, please. I don't need to be remembered. I would rather not be remembered. Because
Fine.
if I'm remembered, they will remember what I did before, and I don't want that.
What
did
have
you
I
do
missed while I
before?
was peeing?
Not a lot.
Okay. Well, I put it on the be right back screen because I thought we were taking a pee break rather
No,
than
it's only for
continuing.
you. It's only for you guys while they were having their conversation.
Oh, okay.
What did you do before?
Something stupid.
We've all done stupid things. Lord knows I have.
Something very stupid.
Like what? I'm not going to force it out of you. I won't cast a zone of truth or anything like that. I don't want to make you tell me the truth. But at a time when we need to be united, I feel like we need to be honest with each other about what our strengths and weaknesses are.
At the comment of strengths and weaknesses, Willie's gonna get a sort of grimace smile. You all assumed that when I went to get retested to be deemed good or bad, it was because of the bite. There was more. I accepted a deal a long time ago. It led to me being exiled.
And how did you feel after being exiled?
I tried so hard to make what I did right by helping people, staying underground and unnoticed, to not let myself be corrupted again. But look that went. Look how weak I am now.
I didn't see it as a weakness that you make mistakes. I see it as a strength that you wish to correct them.
And yes, I make them again and again.
You haven't made a mistake yet. You haven't made that mistake. You haven't taken that deal yet. That decision is still yours. You can still choose. But you believe it is a mistake. Otherwise, you wouldn't be saying what you've just said to me right now.
I also said I am weak to these mistakes. I could have chosen to leave the herbs on the bite to rid it. I chose to remove it. I wanted it.
And now?
I still want it.
Then your choice is made. It's not something I'm going to influence you over. It's something I'm going to say to you that it'll suddenly be this and the other. I can't convince you of something you've already decided.
I haven't decided.
Then the question asks is, what would make you stay? We need as much help as we can get fighting this. Myself, Inquest, B, Tira, all are going to be prime targets for somebody who is specialized in killing spellcasters.
I'm sorry, does Xavier not get a mention?
He's not a
Xavier,
spellcaster.
you're not a
Cast spells.
That's rudeness!
No, that's spellist.
Oh,
I
shit.
totally have the same reaction to my character being called Inquest as I physically do in real life to being called Madeline. I'm disgusted at the feeling that I'm in trouble.
I am so offended right now.
Let me ask you a different question. If you look at it now, do you want them dead? Doesn't matter what they think.
Hence why I keep control. I will not kill the people that have tried to help.
Then what can you do without the curse? How long have you needed the curse? What do you need it for? I'm sure you've killed things without it. I'm sure you've shown feats of strength and performance without it. Think back on your time. How much have you really needed it?
Just one last time.
For what purpose?
Just to feel it again.
That sounds like addiction.
I was gonna say,
That's what it is.
Yep. I know what I feel is in your best interest, but it's not for me to decide that. It's for you to make that decision.
Just the one more time of being her. Sorry about the dogs.
Oh, I love the dog.
atmosphere ruined. 10 out of 10.
I'm sorry.
Would not recommend on TripAdvisor.
But how many more times until? How many times is it just one more time?
You don't understand the pull of the tiger. Or the wolf, that was the wrong.
I don't. I understand what temptation is. I know I've been there many times in my life. Turn my back on things that were in my best interests. I didn't benefit from those things. Really, I've lived 250 years on this planet. In this world. And some random pocket realm. I may not know exactly how it feels, but I've seen things that some people, I've forgotten more things than some people will ever see. Can I roll a history check? Does it? Because we haven't had dice roll for a while, so I'm going to see. Can I roll a history check to see how much I know about were-tigers? I don't think I did this before.
Yeah, you can make a history check. Where
Let's
tigers
bring
like
this
Anthrop.
dice into this
That's a
dice
natural 20.
game.
That's a natural 20. Yep.
Right, so
So 28.
what you know of were tigers and lycanthropes,
Mm-hmm.
they fall into three categories. There are those who lose control and become feral and hit a hybrid state permanently
Mm-hmm.
and are driven by base instinct, and that's it. There are those that get locked into a hybrid form but retain themselves. And then there are those who maintain the ability to change between them. You also know that anybody afflicted with lycanthropy has a hatred of being caged and confined. Something with the animal instinct and nature of the lycanthropic curse means they do not want to be confined and caged. You've seen this with Rilia when she was influenced by a whole person spell and was physically unable to move. You saw that her eyes went to tigress eyes, that it was driving her to break from the confines of the whole person spell.
Okay.
So there is a chance that if she can maintain control, that she may permanently be able to maintain control. But there's also chances she might get stuck in a hybrid form but still be Rilia.
Mm.
There's also the chance that
That's
she
the
might
spell.
be stuck in a hybrid form and she just goes feral.
Mm.
No
Knowing
one
what-
really knows why people end up in certain states.
Okay. Knowing what I do know about what's going to face us, at least, if you choose to join us. I don't know how exactly TMS treats his pawns, for want of a better word. I don't know whether he decides that he wants to let them roam free, whether he wants to keep them confined to doing whatever tasks he deems them to do. But I know that if you choose to go with us, while there will be lots of perils along the way, a lot of things that will make you feel unsafe. A lot of things that will make all of us feel unsafe. I just feel when it comes down to that point, the tiger will be more of a problem, whereas you will be more than capable of dealing with these challenges. Your skills as a fighter are something that we desperately need. We need you to be able to negotiate things and be very dexterous about this. That doesn't make sense. We need your dexterity to get through a lot of passages that are going to be difficult, I'm sure. I'm not dexterous at all. Never been very good with my hands. I've always been focused on theoretical work all my life. I don't know about the others. I don't know about the other tiefling. I haven't seen her yet. I mean, look at
She's
Xavi.
better than me.
Look at Xavier what?
I was going to say, look at Xavi. I was going to say, look at Xavi and look at the weapon on his back. Does he look like somebody who's going to be dexterous?
Wow.
That's all right, you don't hear that, and even if you did hear it, you can't understand it, so it's all fine.
This is true.
What a call out! But I will have you know that I'm very dexterous as I chop off people's arms and lob them or slut drop my maul.
Sure.
Oh, that needs to be a title for one of my
That's weird.
streams. Slut drop my maul.
Slut dropping maul time.
We're all a tribe. You are part of this tribe.
And if I break this tribe,
If you choose
like
to
I
leave,
broke my last,
if you choose to leave, that's your decision. I'm not going to force you out. That is entirely your decision. I don't want to exile you. I don't believe exiling has ever solved anyone's problems. The decision of whether to stay with Tiamat or come with us is entirely up to you.
just you're gonna get rid of the tiger no matter what.
No matter what. If you choose to stay with Tiamat, there's a very good chance he could probably take it back. I'm not going to lie to you and say
Or
that's
he
not a
might
possible.
just see me without it and kill me anyway.
You might. I don't know that. At this point, what's your best chance of survival? That's all I care about is my own self-preservation, my own survival, and the survival of the people who can help me, the people who I'm with at this point.
I'll come with you on the condition that I get to transform into her one last time.
One last time.
Oh no.
But, if I feel like it gets out of control, I will remove the curse instantly. And I want you to know that, for the sake of being honest. But one last time. Douglas just nods.
With that, she's going to transform.
Oh no!
Aye!
Uh-oh.
Right. Now.
It's like drugs, guys!
Can we
The rest of the
preface
group.
anything?
Yeah, the rest of the group, you would have seen they're having this conversation. And
Closer, did I get any hint that Douglas
Millie is
is
still on her
Oi.
knees, by the way.
so,
Do I
Yeah.
get any hint that Douglas is still in control of the conversation? That's my question.
yes,
Before this shit
since
goes down.
since you've seen that Riley was talking and then has dropped to her knees, it's obvious that Douglas is still in control. Riley has not had an outburst or anything like that you've seen, so there is no reason to know that Douglas is not in control anymore.
My bow is out, but I have no action held.
Okay, so I know some of you would have prepared stuff and had things ready.
I don't need to prepare spells because, warlock.
So, you all, after having your small conversations, you're pretty much all glued watching this conversation to see what happens. And you see Rilia sort of from her knees, where she is, kind of just look up and sort of splay her arms out to the side of her, and you see the fingers elongate, and you see the fur start to rise.
The second that
as the
happens,
were-tiger starts to go.
The second that happens, B cast Blight on Rilia. I have she's well within my range.
Okay. Is anybody else doing something with that triggering, seeing her change?
I'm going to tackle B.
Ink doesn't move.
Tira?
I am edgy as fuck about ink, so I am right behind her.
Okay, but you're not doing.
If someone right behind Ink moves out of the way, but she does not make a move towards the other two, she will not let herself have someone behind her.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so, right, can you do me a favour? B.
Yes.
And Xavi, can you both make me initiative rolls, please?
Oh shit!
It's not going on a tracker. I just want to see which one of you, whether you get the spell off before the tackle lands, or if the tackle lands before you complete the spell. Basically, is what I'm trying to see now.
Sorry, I think I clonked out for a bit there. Is B casting a spell?
Yes.
Yes, but you're not looking at B. B is behind you, out of your sight. You're focused on Ink.
No, fair enough. I just wanted to know what was going on because the thing went out.
Right,
Fucking Twitter.
Because you were kind of waiting for this, your blight spell goes off. Now, what happens with blight? Is it a save or something?
I think it's a saving throw. Let me see.
It should be
a Constitution saving throw.
So, Constitution saving throw, please, Rilia.
Would you like me to put the thing in the chat? Because I have it.
Oh, yes, please. I don't really know how to do it properly.
That should do it normally. No, hang on. I'll change the spell card 1 sec.
Okay.
So you have the spell for you.
So, this just takes 8 the end cost on a failed save, so you're going to take full damage. What spell are you casting at B? Because you have to cast at your highest spell level, isn't it?
Blight?
Yeah, as a warlock, you have to use your highest spell slot. What highest level spell slot do you have?
I don't understand.
Let me have a look.
I think it's
you
fifth.
will only ever have
fifth. Yes, you have two.
Yeah, she's upcasting
you have
one.
two. So.
Because it is a 4th officer.
It's a DC 15, so you do fail. So, can you put in the chat, please, Elfie? /roll.
What, just slash R?
9d8. /roll space 9d8.
Okay. And then just press enter.
Yep.
That's a lot bigger.
Rilia, you take, as you start to transform, 41 points of necrotic damage.
Douglas moves forward.
As you see Douglas, you see approach and hit and wash over Rilia as you see this black smoky ball basically get lobbed and launched by B, hitting the side of Rilia and sending these almost black, tenderly smoky vines as it then pulls and drains energy from Rilia. As you see it land, B, you just get tackled to the ground by Zavi.
Yeet.
Yes. What is it, Jolly?
My readied action was if someone attacked Rilia.
Yep, which is why you would have seen this ball of energy go past and
Yeah.
impact before you realise that someone had attacked her.
Oh no,
because
I'm
it
not
came from
arguing
behind you.
that.
So,
But now that I've seen the attack,
yep, this
Then,
is why now everybody roll
Ah!
me initiative, please.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a good fucking roll. Thank you very much. Plus
yeah.
7, really proud.
even for a
Oh, that
readied
was
action.
awful.
To be
Basically,
fair,
your
Yes, it
ready
was-
to action will.
She should get it.
Yeah, this is why, if you have all let me finish, the ready to action is going to go off, then the initiative order will kick in, which is what I was about to say.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting the initiative ready for in a moment after your action.
Has mine gone through? Because mine's saying it hasn't, but I rolled a 16.
It's come up on
Yeah,
mine,
Okay.
but it's not on the
My
turn
chat, but
order.
not on the turn
It's
order.
not on turn order because I don't think you had your token selected. So...
Oh, do I have to have it selected?
Yeah, you need to.
Mine
Sorry,
didn't
I've done it.
come through, but I rolled
Thank
a
you.
9.
It's alright. I can manually add them.
Oh shit.
Not an issue.
Thanks. You have to manually add mine anyway, even when I roll real dice.
For thematic purposes, for those that can see me, Ink is not aggressive. She's holding her bow, yeah, but she's always holding her bow. She's not got an arrow in her hand. She's not trying to aim. She's not doing anything. She is just standing and watching, just for the sake of those around.
It's okay. We all got
Funky
bludgeon
body
V now.
language.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Turns out that the whole
So-
thing was that Beeg ends up getting killed.
So, right. Tira, your ready to action, the spell that you've kind of been holding on to,
Yep.
now triggers.
Yep.
So
God,
you are
what's
going to
happening to me?
cast Stonewall, I
Yep.
believe it was.
Am I stone
Where-
again?
Nope.
No, no. Where are you building your stone walls? Are you boxing around Rilia as you discussed?
Because it's 10 foot by 10 foot.
Yep.
Oh no, it's 10 times 10 panels or something or other.
Yeah, I think it's
massive.
10 lots of 10 foot by 10 foot panels, X
Yeah.
amount of millimeters thick, but then if you want less panels, you can make them thicker.
Yeah, so I think it's if I make them so normally they're 6 inches thick.
If you do
If
me a
I
favour,
make them-
if you click
I
the
put it in
spell,
thing.
it should put it into the chat. That'll be the best
Oh
way of doing
Jesus.
it. Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those.
6 inches
Oh,
thick,
it's all of stone. That's
and it's composed of 10 foot by 10 foot panels.
Yeah. Alternatively, you can create 10 foot by 20 foot panels
But
that
they're
are
only
only
3
3
inches
inches thick.
Yep. So you've got 10 foot by 10 foot panels, which are 6 inches thick.
I think I'm literally just gonna make a line, but I'm gonna have because I trust Douglas on the other side. He prays to the same god. He is trusted.
He's a
I'm
good
gonna-
boy.
Literally, it's gonna go up in front of Ink's face. So she's gonna be watching them and then just poof, straight up out of the ground.
Okay, so
Hey
this
Jackson.
is where I do the interesting thing.
20-foot high stone wall.
20 foot high, so you're going to put 2 panels tall,
Yeah.
so you can only go 5 panels long.
Oh no, because it's 3 inches thick. It's still 10
Oh,
panels.
you're doing 10 lots at 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 10 foot by 20 foot tall panel that are 3 inches thick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those
I'm
spells you have to fucking hell.
be
It's a
very
good spell,
specific
it's
about
not
how
a
you're going to
spell,
do it.
But you can only do it certain ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I put it up there just to show roughly
Yeah.
what was going on.
It's alright, because I'm actually going to build it.
Oh.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
going to build it, I'm going to draw it. Because I'm also going to do something with it which only I can do.
Ink doesn't get a door in the face, she gets a wall in the face.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God. 8, 9, 10. So now I have to just quickly do this and go, okay, from
Is that actually
there
how long it is?
to there.
That is fucking huge.
Oh,
Ooh,
fucking hell. Oh,
okay,
you've done
alright.
it. Okay, that's cool.
that's what you're gonna do.
It's
Because
so we
now-
can't see what they're doing.
You cannot see the other side
Fuck.
because it is now a 20-foot tall wall between you all.
Oh, fucking hell. Who knows what's happening on that side?
So
Exactly.
Oh,
And
piss.
now we go into initiative.
now you're going to initiative. Rilia.
I have to do a saving throw, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Someone's
It's a
got
wisdom
the
save, I believe.
Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Right, Olivia's gonna be putting all of her energy into fighting this.
It's going to be half the damage because that's more than the 10. So you've got to beat 20 to pass.
Fuck, that's not gonna happen.
Roll the dice, girl.
No.
Oh my god, I'm literally so tense. What the fuck?
I wish I had some. Oh, I do have something to chew on. I'm slowly grinding away my back teeth.
I'm like tapping my feet together so much it kind of hurts. I'm just sipping on my wine like pacify me.
Okay, so
I'm
Rilia.
scrolling through Instagram.
Rilia, you lose control and you have to move to the nearest target and
Hang on.
use your entire turn to attack it.
Hang on.
No.
Does Douglas notice that she's lost control?
You see, as you see this wall go up, you see Rilia finish the transformation and turn, and the eyes are full cat-like, the fangs are snarling, and she just moves towards you.
Can I use a reaction to remove curse?
She has to do her attack first because
Okay,
you did
fine.
not have it. You did
I'm
not have it
sorry.
prepared.
Fine, fine.
You did not have it prepared, so you couldn't do it as a reaction. So
No problem.
she's going to get it, and on your turn, you'll be able to then whack it through.
No problem.
So, Rilia,
Yeah.
Douglas is your enemy. Attack your enemy. And it's to the fullest extent you would.
I got
You are
98
driven
points. I'm
by
good.
instinct. So, if you're
Heroic,
slashing with your
though.
daggers, your claws, or whatever the fuck you want to do, it's entirely up to you, but you have to do it to the fullest extent you can.
Fuck. B, why did you have to do this? I just wanted to say goodbye to the were tiger.
B can't hear
No one-
anything. What happened? She just
No
saw
one
you
knew
turning.
the plan,
Yeah.
so this is why I gave you a map. This is literally why I gave you a map. Because I knew shit like this would happen. Oh, Rilia, please can you attack Douglas?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what. I should go for the claws.
Will the 22 hit, Douglas?
Yeah, 22 hits.
7 points of slashing damage.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And you do get, because of your 2-weapon mastery, you do get to take a second attack.
I'm sorry, Douglas.
Kick her ass, Douglas.
16. Yep,
Kick
that's it.
her.
Yep.
Another 8 points of slashing damage.
That's fine. Does
Don't
kick
hurt
herself.
her.
Fuck her up.
Don't hurt her, fuck.
Fuck
You still
her
have
up.
you still have your movement and your bonus action.
Hold
Oh
on,
my
let me
god,
just.
I think I'm literally going to be sick in anxiety.
Breathe. You haven't done. Just breathe.
Oh my lord.
Where's my pills at?
I mean, what bonus action would you do? I don't know.
I don't know. Disengage and run away. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah,
know.
you're a
Disengage and run
rogue.
away.
Would you stay and fight? Would you run? Would you go for more damage? If it was
Well,
me standing there, or
Once
B
you've done
standing
those
there,
two
she could just attack you.
attacks,
Yep.
once you've done those 2 attacks, you do gain semi-control again.
Okay.
So
in that
you
case,
you think in your own
yeah.
mind.
I would.
Douglas has a
disengage.
completely blank expression. There's just nothing. He's not angry. He's not upset. He's just completely stone faced.
Would
We've got
Douglas
like
see
that.
would
It's like,
Douglas
yeah,
see
this
the
is-
change in Rillia's eyes after she's done the attack?
Yes, you would see that they are still tigress eyes, but the aggression and the pent up anger and rage has seemed to subside and really seems to be back in control.
Do I still get my reaction of remove curse?
You would have to do it on your turn.
Okay, fine. No mind.
The only time you'd be able to do it as a reaction is if you had it prepared as a trigger.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, with that, Rillia is going to disengage.
Yep.
Give a really sorry look to Douglas.
And try and run away.
I've got 33.
Yep,
so
so
I
you can
can
move
get
6 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there.
The fuck away. Ink.
I look at Tira
Mm-hmm.
briefly. You idiot! You've killed both of them. I activate my wings of ink. I fly over the wall. I have a flying speed of 60 foot.
Cool. You all see as Ink says this.
You're gonna have to move me to the other side of the wall because I can physically.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll move you over there. You then see where
Oh
the
my
back
God.
of Ink's gear is. There is 2 slits, and you see these wings almost fold out and then expand as she flies up over the wall. Are you going over and hovering, or are you going over and landing the other side?
I want to go to the top of the wall so I can see what's going on, and then I'll make my next move. Because it's what 30, 40 feet to get to that point, so I still got 20 foot.
There's only a 20-foot wall. So you've still got 40
No,
feet
because
off.
she had about 10 foot to go forward.
Yeah, I have to up 10 foot.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Over, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
you've
she's gotta
got about
go forward
30.
10, up
Um,
20, that's 30.
One moment, please. I've completely forgotten if this is a bonus action. It is!
Yeah, your
Um,
wings are a bonus action.
No, my
'Cause
wings
you
are
only
an
get 'em.
action.
Oh, your wings are an action,
My-
yes.
My Fey dice is a
Ah,
bonus action. I would like to use my bonus action to use 2 of my Fey die on Douglas. Because I'm guessing I can see that he's injured.
yes, you can see that there's a couple of slash wounds on him.
That's 14 hit points back to Douglas.
Cool.
And I use the rest of my movement to follow Rillia.
Okay, so are you flying
I
like
suppose I can
30 foot off the ground?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll
Or
stay
you're
at the
20, you're
height.
20 feet off the ground, so you're just going to move 30 feet, so you're basically going to go over over above her.
Yeah. Oh, God. I had hold of it. There we go. I'll stay there.
So you now see that Ink has come over this wall with a pair of wings and is now like 30 feet, no, sorry, about 20 feet above you in the air.
Great.
Tira!
She just doesn't know anything about ink. She doesn't trust her.
No one does. It's fine.
Right, hang on. Let me read it.
It's concentration on the wall up. You could choose to just take down the wall. You're concentrating. You're concentrating on keeping this wall up for the 10 minutes that it's there. You could
Hang
just
on.
choose to just drop the wall.
Well, when I cast another spell, it automatically drops the last one. doesn't
Another
it?
concentration spell.
So only if you have
Hang
to
on.
see-
Not all spells concentration.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is so I can see over the wall.
So you're flying now.
From what Ink said,
So you flew up to the top of the wall.
yeah,
Okay, you didn't state that you were flying. You just started moving.
yeah. Sorry, so it was 20 feet up, and then like I can't.
Yeah. So I will move you to the other side of the wall then, so you can see. So you
Gonna
are on.
yell to Douglas because last she knew, Inquest or Ink seemed to be favouring the whole murderilia side, and she's gonna yell to Douglas what was the decision. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 feet, so it's
Sorry.
within range. She's gonna try and polymorph Ink.
Is that a wisdom save?
Yeah,
What's the range on polymorph? 60 feet.
yeah.
Okay, wisdom save then, Ink.
Because you do have quite a high wisdom,
me
but it's
well.
what.
22, I know that passes.
Yeah, it does, but it's what Tira would do. I know
Yeah,
she's got a high
You
wisdom.
throw out this
You know I've got high
polymorph
wisdom.
spell,
You've got high wisdom.
and Ink, you feel a spell try to take over, and you just.
This does drop the wall because it's another concentration spell.
There we go. Then the wall is
Tear
gone.
down the wall.
Tira's counting on Xavi to sort out B.
Bring on the wall. Nope, it's fucking gone now.
How far
So-
away is she?
We don't need no. Sorry, you
So
say
that-
wall and I get that in my head.
So that's
So stressed
everything
right now,
for
I
you,
think I'm
isn't
gonna,
it,
like-
Tira?
Hmm?
Stress.
That's everything
Yeah,
for
so
you, isn't it?
Douglas, what was the decision? And remove the fucking curse.
Xavi, you are up.
Okay.
You
So,
see the wall drop, and you can see Rilia off in the distance with Ink flying, Tira flying, and you can just about see that there's a damage on Douglas. Oh god, I forgot how far fucking Xavier can move.
Yeah.
Because Xavier has a
You should
speed of
just-
40.
I am going to kiss B in the top of the head, like just be like smooch. Because I honestly at this point I'm just a bit like Xavier is just he's prepared to do whatever the fuck he needs to do, and he's just going to run. He's gonna kiss B on the top of the head and just run. And we
He's
are
gonna-
running.
We're gonna face
Half
this bloody
Douglas,
Minotaur, and I've got no spells.
Because honestly, Douglas has not been the best of people for Xavier to talk to, and is not proven himself right now, to be honest. And we're running past him, and we're going to put ourselves. Hold on, how far can I actually get towards Rilia?
Well, your normal movement is 40 foot. You could then use your action to move again, to move another 40 foot, but you would not be able to attack.
Could I put myself in front of or between like Rilia and other people?
You can get 15 foot ahead of Rilia.
No, I want to put myself directly in front of her and just hold my arms out to the side and just like and just hold my slam into me, girl. Come on, do it.
You're just going to pull out the maul and just bar away in front of her.
I'm not pulling out the maul. The maul's still on my back. It's bare hands.
Okay.
I'm just
So you just
holding out my arms.
out, just brace.
Force
Okay.
hug. Force hug.
So you're going to move and then action move, and then you'll only have a bonus.
I'm all the way down here. I can't.
You can bonus action rage if you wanted, or anything else you can do as a bonus action. I don't think there's a lot.
I'm okay. I don't feel like the rage is not in me right now.
Okay, so
It's within me!
Douglas.
Douglas is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet and cast Remove Curse on Rilia.
Finally. Sorry.
I believe, can you put the spell card into the chat if possible?
I can.
At your touch, all casts affecting one creature or object ends. So you see Douglas just stroll up to the back of Rilia,
Tap her on the shoulder. Boop, boop.
just
Bye-bye.
put his hand on her shoulder, and then you just see a pale white light just wash over Rilia. The tiger is gone, and Rilia stands before you. Rilia, your lycanthropy is gone.
No!
Glad it's just the
F's in
lycanthropy
chat!
and not
F's
your
in
life
chat! I
woman.
request F's in chat!
Nope.
I shall
No
remove
F's for
the
you.
lycanthropy handout from your journal as well.
Ruining all my fun.
And there goes the wear clause.
And there goes some of the stress.
And Douglas,
but not
as a
all of it.
bonus action, is going to say, that was the last time. Or to say one last time.
Are we out of initiative?
We don't know. You've just seen.
Willie's
In
dropping
theory,
to her
B.
knees.
In theory, B, you have seen Douglas move up behind Rilia. You have seen him do something, and there is a white light that has emanated from in front of him, but you physically cannot see Rilia past him.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about because
Sorry, can
you
I let
cannot actually
wow.
see Rilia.
No, you
Shit.
can't.
can I
She has got
can I
range.
DM, can I do something else? Oh no, it's like bonus action. Did I get free speech as a bonus action?
Yeah, you can speak freely. Yeah.
I was gonna say, can I cast? No, I can't because I've already done a spell. Never mind, ignore that.
Yes.
I was gonna say I've already cast a spell, so I can't cast healing word as a bonus action. Sorry, ignore that.
As soon as
So, B, it's your turn.
okay.
What do you do? You've seen Douglas do something and a white cleansing light, but what he's done you don't know, and you cannot see past his 8-foot frame to see. You can't see Rilia or Xavier in front of him because his frame just blocks them from your view.
Yeah. Before he'd moved there, she would have just taken. She was just Eldritch blasted because there was nothing in her way.
Yeah.
But now that he's there and she considers him part of the family, she's gonna run. So I would still be in initiative, so I can only run
30 feet, and then
I can do double.
yeah, you can do an action dash, but then you've only got a bonus action once you get to the end of that 60 feet.
Which is
Or you can do your tabaxi thing, where I think is once per rest you can double your speed or something.
yeah.
The next turn you can't move at all.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do the tabaxi thing so I can take
Moving your turn, you can double your speed. Once you use this again, yeah. So next turn you cannot move.
So I would run up here.
So it's just 60 feet.
Yep. And I kind of imagine that she's got this rage and she's running forward so much it kind of looks like she's about to go on all fours, this animalistic rage just within her. And as she's running, she's building up to blast, so it's there's electricity kind of running all the way up her arms, and she gets to where she is and she sees everybody kind of stood around Rilia, and Rilia being Rilia and not the were-tiger, and she just kind of skids to a halt, and she just kind of looks between everybody, and she's still got the lightning in her hands, but she doesn't do anything with it. She's just kind of looking at everything, and she's just pure rage on her face. But that is all she does.
Fair enough. So, yeah. Rilia, it is your turn.
As
Do
soon
you
as
do anything, or
yes,
you feel that this is drawn from you?
as soon as I feel it's gone,
Mhm.
fall to my knees and start sobbing.
You just drop.
Mads! Sorry.
I assume you just drop and you don't do anything else.
Mm-hmm. Drop and sob. What have you guys done?
Okay, seeing doing that, Douglas, are we still in initiative or not?
It depends.
Fair enough.
Ink, are you going to do anything? You see below you, you see that Douglas has.
Sorry, Moss. Sorry, Mossy.
Fucking hell.
Is this my fault?
I wish
Are
you could see
sure this
this.
is my
Okay.
fault?
Sorry, but for context,
For-
I'll put this for
yeah,
context in chat. I'll put this in context for context in chat, just to see what is going on.
Fucking hell.
Just give me a second, because I need to get off on my laptop.
Oh, I've actually cried a little bit.
This is a yeah.
Right, that is the GIF that Mads just sent to us in,
Me too.
Oh my god, no, don't repost it! It's so distressing!
It's always...
I feel like those who need to have a laughing fit should probably mute themselves at this brief
Yes,
point.
please
Okay.
do.
Oh, okay.
I'm done.
Carry on.
Ink, having seen that Douglas has. You can tell. You can recognise this spell that he has cast
Yeah.
as a remove curse spell, and you can see that Rilia has been cleansed of her were-tiger and has just dropped to her knees sobbing. What do you do? Or the simpler question is, do you take an aggressive action towards Rilia?
Haven't the fucking foggiest. This is me fighting against what my character should do.
Do what
How
your
did they have
character would do. That's the point. Or are you thinking now that she's cleansed, it might have changed?
Yeah, it did change because she actually got cleansed. Ah! What am I, 20
Unfortunately,
foot off, what am I, 20 foot off the ground?
You're about 20 foot off the ground, yeah. I was going to say, how long do your wings last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Concentration.
Yeah.
I will, I mean, there's trees near. I'm just gonna go up a bit higher and,
Just plonk on a tree.
yeah, plonk on a branch or just fucking hover.
Oof, this is a good session.
So, unless anybody is going to do anything aggressive, we can drop out of initiative.
Aggressive
Douglas
as
suddenly casts
in...
insect plague and just everything. Nah, Douglas is not.
Douglas just decides to fuck everybody
Douglas is like,
up.
fuck
'cause we're
this,
all
fuck
horrible
this
people.
shit, I'm out.
Well,
Insect plague. No,
B had something aggressive readied and has pulled up short and has not done it.
just in case, I think Douglas is going to A, kneel down on the floor and put his arm around Rilia, and B, cast Calm Emotions.
Tira's also going to fly over and just drop down and do like a big old wing shield around Rilia as well. Because she's still twitchy about Ink and B.
Okay.
So Calm Emotions is a 20-foot spear, and if people are choosing to resist, they have to make a charisma saving throw. If you choose to resist Calm Emotions.
I reckon Tira would try simply because she's on edge and she doesn't know what it is. So that's why Tira's going to roll, because she's not entirely sure what Calm Emotions is. Is that like a range effect spell?
It's 20-foot sphere around a point I
Yeah.
choose, which is going to be around myself.
What do we have to
Yeah.
roll to resist that?
Charisma
Charisma saving throw.
Okay, I'm going to resist that. Or try. Where is my saving throw? Where are you? I can't see you.
What's your DC, Squid?
16.
So,
D passes.
yes.
I figured she might because Warlock.
Yes.
+7.
Yeah. So, is anybody, Xavi, Rillia, Ink, are any of you resisting the calm emotion spell?
Nope.
As you a 20 foot radius around you.
20-foot radius around a point I choose, which is me, yeah.
You actually don't catch Ink.
Oh, because she's up in the air.
'Cause I'm
Yeah,
up in the
she's
air,
20
and I
foot
was at
up and then
20
5
foot,
foot
and I
across.
I was
So a
at
20
20
foot
foot up,
sphere
and I
over
think I
you,
went
you
up
actually
higher.
miss her. So,
Okay.
do you resist Xavi?
Yes, because I'm
Make
not
me-
a huge.
Make me a
magic fan.
charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, joys. We all know charisma's my strongest thing.
No, I was so charismatic.
Does the bird even speak?
He can
Apparently not for the minute.
Oh,
He's
Davey.
just there, just like.
Xavi
he's
just
like
hugs
there,
everybody.
just
Okay.
We're all friends again. Hooray! Xavi
Here's
just
the
proper-
question for
You
you.
just trying
Rillia.
to talk to him, there's just nothing going on behind the eyes. Just.
The lights
Rillia,
are
do
on.
you
effects is
try
going too
to
well.
resist the calm emotions?
No.
Then you actually start feeling better. Everybody else, bar B, and obviously Inky didn't touch. B doesn't do anything to take the edge off of the adrenaline pumping through you. Everybody else who calms really actually makes you feel a bit better. It pulls you
Still
up a
sniffing.
little bit. Oh yeah, you are, but it's just
Sniffing.
not. It's not as bad as it was because the calm emotion brings you up to more of a stable, sort of normal level. It actually brings you up, whereas it brings everybody else down a bit. It brings you up, so you're actually feeling a bit better. Now, B, I know that you are on edge,
Yes.
and having a spell cast on you has probably put you a little bit more on edge.
Yes.
Is there anything you are trying to do or want to do in response to this?
I think with everything that's happened, B would not be able to calm herself down. But she's got like the Eldritch Blast ready to go. But she doesn't want to hurt the people that she cares about, and they're all like surrounding Rillia.
Douglas and Rillia are literally around Rillia at this. Douglas and Tira are around Rillia at
And
this
like
point.
B doesn't want to hurt them, but she can't release, the blast. So she's gonna turn around and she's just gonna like out of both hands just kind of just let them go in any fucking other direction, but like away from them. So like over here somewhere.
Release her frustration
Yeah.
on the ground.
And just like
Celebratory
yell.
fireworks.
And then just like just let out this kind of guttural yell and just be really pissed off and then kind of slink off over here.
Fair enough. Well, with that, we are going to drop the initiative
Woof.
because the two people who would potentially do aggressive actions have decided not to.
For the time being.
For the time being.
Can I go hug B? She's very upset.
Yep.
I think
We
Douglas
are
would
now-
turn up.
We are
Would
out of
turn
it.
to
You
Xavi.
can do whatever the fuck you want now.
I say Douglas would go to Xavi and say, "Go to calm her. We will discuss. We will deal with Rillia."
I'm just ignoring this dickhead in the corner, by the way.
Yeah. You,
Not in my good book still. You have a long way to come. Nope.
Mhm.
Wait, which is the dickhead? Is
Me.
it me?
Yeah.
Douglas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like, which corner? There's like 4 of those.
There's 4 corners. Yep. Nope. I just walk on past him.
Walk on by.
Just carry
Okay,
on
I was going to ask,
walking.
can
just
I
like,
insight
nope.
check this? And the real question is, do I need to insight check this?
No. Don't try to hide it. It's okay.
Douglas's stony face does nothing. It doesn't register. It's okay.
To be honest, you're probably focusing on Rillia at this point anyway.
Well, it's that, and emotions are high, and this is fairly sympathetic of, look, we need to calm ourselves down, we need to collect ourselves, and we need to go and do the next thing.
Yeah.
very much kind of next step ahead.
So,
Tira's just gonna pop her head up and go, probably gonna need to move from the Minotaur coming back.
Yes, not
And
a...
at the same time, she's kind of braiding her fingers through Rillia's hair. You know, like when your mum does when she's like just trying
Aw.
to calm you down. She's doing that and getting rid of all the leaves and stuff. And yeah.
you,
So
bel
drop
you
down
believe it's
from
helping.
to where she actually is on the map now, like in front of the river.
So you've actually like landed, and you're sort of
Yeah.
your wings are folded behind you. What form do your wings take? I can't remember whether you decided on the design of the tattoo.
They're the same kind of blue as the rest of her. They kind of look like, you know, really nice blue Mediterranean water.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're that kind of color, and they although they're aerodynamic for flying, they have that kind of glistening watery sheen to them.
Okay, so they are liquid wings.
Yeah, they do look like liquid.
Yeah. Cool.
And as they don't drip, but they do flow. They're never still.
Yep.
There's
Cool.
always ripples and waves flowing through.
So, but yeah. So
we've decided to
Xavier,
keep
you
her
go
alive and
to
remove her
B.
curse. Now what the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
We
Xavier's
have an angry Minotaur that's gonna come and kill us all. I know we're all very upset right now. Me, not exploded from that. What is our plan of action?
We need to move
But all
fast.
of this is above Rillia's head. She's not angry at Rillia. She's talking to the people kind of above
Yeah.
her because Rillia's on.
I agree with Douglas. We
We
need to move. My strongest spells are gone. We need to get moving now.
I agree.
My
Let them...
strongest spells aren't gone. Where
Mine
do we
are
go? Where do
still
we
planned.
go to the Minotaur who seems to be able to get to us anywhere?
Oh shit.
As far as
And there he is now.
he's aware, as far as he's aware, he's coming back here. He will check, but at least we can try and get some distance in between. What do you have any better suggestion?
How about I sit and wait for him and then come meet?
One is not enough. If we fight him, we fight all together. We are not splitting the group.
Is this a conversation that's happening between everybody?
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
DD
not
involved.
being quiet.
I mean, I'm still hugging you. I'm like talking, like, you know, when your mum is, or your dad is like hugging you, but then they're like talking directly into your ear and to everyone else at the same time.
Bee's like,
And it's,
she's
really
on the
loud.
floor as well. Like she's like on her knees and like her paws are like digging into the soil. Like she's clawing it, and she's just like kind of hunched over, and she's like silently sobbing. But she's kind of like hunched over so no one can see, but obviously Xavier can see. But she's just like really upset, just sat in that corner.
You see a very brief moment of softness come over Ink, and she's gonna pull out the fuck is it called? The alchemy jug. Summon wine in it and just put it in front of B. Like she literally summons it as she's walking over, stands in front of B, puts it down in front of her, and then goes back to where she was.
B just starts chugging.
For the first time, as you bring your head up, seeing the alchemy jug be the two 10-foot gashes you put in the ground, which are about half a foot deep from releasing the energy of the two eldritch blasts. They are smoking, and they are leaking black smoke from the ground. It's the first time you've actually seen the black smoke.
Ooh.
It's not like they're billowing it out, but you can see a little bit of almost like an ember in the bottom. It's just releasing this little bit of wispy black smoke.
If we're going to move... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say B kind of takes note of it, but like she's still quite upset, so she kind of like wipes her eyes and just starts chugging and kind of glances over at the holes every now and again, but like hoping that no one's noticing.
It is just the first time you've actually properly noticed it.
if we're going to move, we need to move towards where he wants us to go. That way he won't. He's less likely to pursue
I'm
us.
just gonna pick B up and
If we're going to fight
cradle
him,
her
we're
like
going to
child
fight him.
and just go. Time to go.
Douglas is going to be pragmatic mode. Leave Tira to talk to Riley and try and bring her up, and Douglas is going to Data Inc. We need to move towards where TMS wants us to go. Let's work it out. Get a map out and just let's start navigating.
Do
It's a
I
really
do,
easy
I-
one.
do I
Ink
have
is-
the
okay,
strength
Ink-
to
Ink
pick
is
them
gonna
both up at
nod-
once?
Ink is gonna nod to Douglas, and before immediately moving, just quickly chat with Douglas so we both have the same place in mind, and have the the basic navigation discussion of do we take the A14 or the A12?
Also, I want my
we
plan
follow-
back.
Oh yeah, I passed you, Seymour. I will, as I come and lean over to point at the map that you're holding, I'll put my shoulder close enough to yours that he can make his own way over, because that's where he's been sitting. He got to fly. Very enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
DM.
Yes.
Do I have the strength to carry both party members, B and Rilia?
You have the strength to lift and have both of them one over each shoulder, but it will slow you down.
That's fine. B doesn't want to be anywhere near Rilia. If Xavier is going to pick up Rilia, B wriggles free and kind of half pushes him away and kind of stalks off, and she kind of goes more towards where Ink is. So just kind of
Wiggles
away.
off, stands up straight, brushes herself off, and struts royally away.
Yeah, she's furthest away possible.
I sort of pull back a little bit from Rilia and say, "Can you walk?"
Will carrying one person slow Xavier down?
No. Carrying one will not slow Xavier down.
Mm.
Carrying two will.
Let's see if she can walk first. Rilia, can you walk?
She nods.
So, there you go, she can walk.
Still up, by the
I
way,
do
for
have pass without a trace. Don't know
Also
how
calm
effective it will
motions.
be against an angry fucking Minotaur, but
Oh,
I
it's
do
up to a
have
minute.
pass
Oh,
without a
sorry,
trace.
it's gone.
Yeah,
Slow
calm motions already gone.
It's gone. Yeah, up to a minute. Sorry, that was an hour. I don't even know if it was.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot it was in combat as well. You can use it, so I was like,
Mhm.
that would be really good. Anyway.
I'm gonna pick B up because Rilia has apparently stood up and started walking.
Oh, B doesn't want to be picked up. She's away. She's quite happily.
Tira wants to be carried.
You're getting picked up, B.
Oh, B
You
is
don't have a
resisting the
choice.
fuck out of that.
needs to
Right.
I feel like this is a roll.
Right.
This
Hang
is
a
a
minute.
fucking roll at this point.
Yeah, this is a fucking roll. So, Xavier, athletics.
Wait, hold on. I need my sheet.
D. Acrobatics or athletics.
Ooh. Oh, acrobatics. That's happening. Oh no, it's
Oh,
not.
Maybe not.
Pump. Over the shoulder, arm wrapped around your legs. You are. How do you want to carry B, Xavier? Because
I want to carry her just that really caring cradle, because I want to feel like she wants to be carried, even though she clearly doesn't. And it's it would be really sweet if she actually wanted to be carried.
She's just wriggling the whole time, and her claws are out, and she's scratching.
And it kind of ends up when a child has wriggled their way around and their dad is carrying a sack of potatoes, just one arm, from the crotch, kind of like that.
This sounds so cute.
B is nearly 7 foot tall.
And Xavier's 5.
So this makes this visual image better.
But Xavier is a
Visual
walking
this.
unit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he is a 5 foot
He's a
walking unit.
He's built like a cube. He's built like a dice.
Don't say
Look at
cube.
this
Whenever anyone says cube, all I think of is Samurai Dick.
Sure. Okay.
That's nowhere near as stiff, honey.
Oh my.
I tell you 1 inch by 1 inch, it's fine.
Anyway.
Nice.
Sorry, I need to lighten the mood or I am actually gonna die.
Anyway,
And
so
Ink
like,
wants
I feel like are we gonna just get moving?
Is Rilia still on the floor, or is Rilia stood up? Sorry, I lost track.
Really, have you stood up and started walking?
I mean, she stood up. She's not gonna walk until others.
You have a wing around your back.
Ink
No, I'm just
stands
saying that.
directly in front of Rilia. And I'm going to, very gently and very obviously, in a non-aggressive, just touches her on the shoulder, and I'm going to cast guidance on Rilia, give her the strength to keep going.
Give her a little bit of a pep up.
It's
like
more
giving her a sip of
than it
coffee.
actually helps.
Yeah. It's like giving her a little bit of a pep to a step. So, on that note, we are going to leave this session with
Bloody
the fate
hell.
of Rilia seemingly to be decided. Curse removed. Party, air quotes, united.
United.
It's going to be a lot of RP in the next couple of sessions, gang.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of
To
bridges that
see
need to
what's
be mentioned.
going on
Thank you.
as you try to move towards Tiamas, believing that if he's going to pursue you anyway, which he probably will, there's no point moving away. But we are going to end it there.
And
Thank
breathe.
you to those
Son.
in chat and those that watch the VOD and like
What
in
God?
a week's time are sitting there going, "Oh my god," same.
I know.
As a point, the quick final point, Douglas has the ring he gave to Rillian and puts it on her finger. If she allows him to do that.
They're
Yeah,
married!
Literally, you need to think of Willia as sort of a rag doll at the moment. She's
Yeah.
just so
She is.
emotionally wrought
Yeah.
out, she can't bother to do anything.
Yep.
Or puts the ring on her, probably like quite a chunky ring. Yeah, it'll fit on my finger. Fuck it, it'll do.
Actually, it's probably more like a thumb ring, but yeah.
Yeah, either way, yeah.
Yeah, because...
Or on a horn or something.
Yeah. But yes.
Douglas
Good
plays
session,
the ring
guys.
and tries to catch it.
All
Yes,
right.
good session.
Well, thanks everyone for coming to hang out with us. I know it's not our usual session time, but you know we had to move things around.
Yep.
Can I just say, at least now, Mossy's not going to get interrogated until the next, like, of what, or just, like, fired at of what people are doing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I got no
I
issue
get the
with
feeling there was, like, multiple conversations happening.
it. Yeah, there's a couple, but to be honest, I have 5 other things that were moving. Even now, will start moving. So,
He's
a couple of extra conversations with you guys ain't really much of an issue.
He's good at juggling.
All right,
Yeah.
let's everyone say goodbye to chat.
Goodbye, chat.
Please join my Discord if you want to catch up on when we're going live and stuff. Bye.